It's always hurry up and wait for your big break to come around.
Hiya and welcome. So I don't think this is the best lighting in the world, so I do apologise, but it is pitch black outside. I wanted to film something, so I thought I'd do something that was like valuable to everyone, because as promised, or maybe not promised yet because I might not have posted the video yet, but I said every other week I was going to do some sort of social media helpful related video. So I thought, what is better than content ideas? If you're anything like me, I have been going through phases of posting loads and posting absolutely nothing, and you don't really want to be doing that. I think I usually find, like, after you get through the first bit of the year and you've gone past the, the goals and aspirations and resolutions, you kind of fall off a little bit, and that's where I am now. I am at the bottom, fallen off, no ideas. So I've got a list of different content ideas that will work for every and any niche, whoever you're working with, or niche, however you pronounce it, which is a new pronunciation that I've learned. But hopefully you'll find it helpful. And I usually, over on Instagram, I do content ideas for every single month, relating to any important days going on or anything. But I have not done that this time around, and maybe I should. But I don't like Instagram that much anymore. Yeah, I like it here. This feels like a safe space, so yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, also, just before we do begin, I just want to say that these ideas can be used across literally any platform. I might mention stories and stuff at some points, but you can just put them anywhere. So the first one is, again, to do with stories, but as in your story. So no matter what you do or what your client does, what their business is, or if it's just the personal figure kind of thing, talk about their story. Like, how did you get to where you are today? What led you to this exact point? What were your inspirations? How did you start out? Did you was it something unexpected? Maybe you've not got a traditional, I don't know, I went to university and got a degree and did this kind of story. I mean, I know my personal story definitely isn't like that, and maybe that is something that I should start sharing a little bit more, and maybe I will eventually. I'll do a proper sit down video, but I don't want to bore people with that from me. But from you, from other people, from your clients, it might be something genuinely interesting. And I always think it's really important to show the person behind a brand rather than just, statistics and figures and everything like that. Like, show there's a real human side behind it, because I think that's a lot more compelling. And I know personally I'd rather work with someone like that than someone that appears almost like a robot, you know what I mean. In a similar way, I've kind of shared this idea a few times, but I think it's really important on stories, as in Instagram or Facebook stories, to show up every single day doing something. So whether that's making your morning coffee, or I don't know, travelling to work, or the sunrise, or whatever it may be, do something every single day so that people start to get, they get used to it, they get familiar with it, and then the second you miss a day or something, they will notice. And best of all, because people are so used to seeing it, are so used to your regular content, it's more likely that your story will appear further up on the little, where you've got the stories and you kind of scroll across. It's more likely yours will be near the top rather than all the way at the bottom. And keep it interactive, keep adding questions or whatever it may be in there to get people, engaging and get that kind of level up, and give people even more of a reason to want to come back, because it's almost like a game. It's something that involves them as well, rather than just, all about you. It might seem kind of controversial, but it's about sharing the bad side of things. You don't have to be positive all the time. And in a similar way to things being human, it's very authentic. People have bad days. That is completely normal. We all know that. We all go through it. So share it, and share maybe how you overcame this bad thing, rather than just saying, I did this wrong, or this was bad, or something really negative. Put a positive twist on it, but just share, share something real and relatable. I feel like I always suggest this to people, but go behind the scenes. Take people behind the scenes into your business, into your life, whether it's something as simple and as mundane as how you start your morning, or if it's something to do with packaging a product, or if it's, meetings or whatever it may be. Anything that you're allowed to show the behind the scenes. Don't just show the final polished product of everything. Show again people the real side of things. I always think it's cool to see what happened in somebody's life that exact moment, a year ago or 5 years ago, whatever it may be. So if you ever get those kind of memories coming up, I think it's cool to share that, because it's a good reflection for you personally, just to see how much you've progressed over the years, but also to show your followers and your audience, just look at me now, look at where I used to be, imagine where I could be a year from now, 5 years from now. This is very big on TikTok and not so much on the other platforms, but it could be interesting to actively reply to comments, but through some sort of visual. So it's not just replying through a message. If somebody says something particularly big that stands out or something that resonates with you, turn that into a post. Tag the person in it, say thank you for your comment, and bring them into it, and that will build up an even better relationship with that person, and hopefully you'll have an engaging audience member for life with that. Whenever you get testimonials or reviews or anything like that, never be afraid to share them. I think some people shy away from it because it's kind of feels like you're just saying look how good I am. And sometimes that's necessary. Be proud of the good reviews and good testimonials you get. People are leaving it for a reason. And in a way, by not sharing it, you're depriving people of your services, your products. People that could be genuinely interested and benefit from it, they don't know about it. Or they don't know how good you are because you're not sharing that. So just be honest about it and don't be afraid to kind of gloat a little bit, I guess. You've earned that response for a reason. Now, one thing I know a lot of people struggle with are things like a work-life balance, staying productive, all that kind of thing. That's something relatable that I imagine any niche has dealt with in time. So if there's something particularly to do, that you find can help you, or something you do every day that helps you stay organised or helps you stay motivated, never be afraid to share that. You could start a discussion. You can say, how do you deal with this? Does this the kind of thing you do? If you got any tips of your own? And just open up the conversation to everyone. In a similar way, it can be really interesting to have specific days of the week to help you, kind of like little content pillars sort of. So for example, there's a lot of classic ones that you can put your own twist on. Motivation Monday, Testimonial Tuesday, Tip Tuesday, Work with Me Wednesday, anything like that that can help you structure your ideas around it. And a lot of the time, whatever you're doing can fit into one of those categories. Again, everyone needs motivation. If you were doing a Tip Tuesday, Testimonial Tuesday, the tip could be something to do with how you make something or how you use something you've made, or for example, I'd do something to do with social media tips, for example. Or it could be, testimonials, we've just said. Work with Me could be a great opportunity on Wednesdays to take someone behind the scenes of your life, your business. Now, if you haven't already done this for this part of the year already, I would really recommend putting your goals and aspirations out there. This can be good for you personally to allow yourself to reflect, make sure they're attainable. I always say this, but make sure it's something that can actually happen within the time frame that you're setting yourself. Don't be too unrealistic, because if it's not going to happen, you're going to get deflated. Nobody wants that. But yeah, set these attainable goals and make your audience aware of it, because you never know, they might want to help. They might want to help you achieve your goals and buy something from you, work with you. Share something that is unique to you and only you, whether it's something to do with your service, something to do with a product that you make. Is there something that makes you stand out from everybody else? And if there isn't, you need to find something, because this whole world is so full of busy creative people, and it's really important to have something. It's just yours, something that makes you unique, something that makes you stand out. I know it can feel impossible, but every quality that you have makes you unique. You are already a very unique person. There is nobody like you, so find something to do with that, that's to do with your business, to do with whatever it is that you're offering, and share that with the world. You never know, it might really resonate with someone. I always used to say, if I ever was applying for a job kind of things, I'd always send people over to my YouTube first, and I'd say, check me out here, this is me, this is what I'm like. Because some people just clash. Not necessarily one's a bad person or anything like that, but some people's personalities just don't get on, and someone might find that they really click with you based on this unique thing. So be proud of whatever it is. I've done this one quite a few times, so it's just basically sharing the top tools that you use. Now this could be like mine's, certain things like Later, Canva, software tools, or it could be physical tools. If you make a product, physically make a product, and you want to share with your audience how you do that, or whatever it may be, do that. Share your top tools, and if you can, try and get affiliate codes for each one. Some of them aren't, you don't get money from it, but sometimes you do benefit in other ways. For example, I have an affiliate code for Later, and it doesn't really benefit me, but it could benefit you if you wanted to, look into that. I believe that if someone uses my link to sign up, I get an extra 10 free posts per month. But I already have so many posts that doesn't really impact me very much, but it's helpful to you because I'm pretty sure you get something extra. So it's going to benefit someone in the end, so yeah, have a look into that. You find now that social media is very much kind of constructed. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but you would literally take a picture on Instagram, for example, within the app, add one of those filters that was like X Pro something, I don't remember, and you post it, and that was that. Whereas now people sit and they spend hours curating, creating content, scheduling it, putting it out there. It could be cool to just do something in the moment. Whatever it is that you're doing, share it right there, right then. No overthinking it, no planning it in advance. Whatever you're doing in the moment. Yeah, go into Lightroom if you want and add, your preset on it. Keep things consistent if that's what you're into, but just be a little bit more blasé with it, I suppose is the best word. This is kind of like the behind the scenes things, but just do a whole day in your life. This could be shared as a reel or as a TikTok, just as a video on Facebook or YouTube, and take people through every interesting second of your day and maybe the not so interesting parts. Again, if something bad happens, you don't have to cut it out. I'm really excited, to be honest, about the way that the world of social media seems to be moving. It seems as though people are going more towards being authentic, being genuine. They're not editing their photos as much, with Lightroom and stuff like that, but the filters are looking a lot more natural. People are opening up and being honest about the way that they feel, like their genuine life experiences. I talked about this recently in the vlog that I think will be out next week for you, about how there's often this pressure on us for some reason. I think especially some of the younger people, where you feel like you're not doing well enough in life because of all these people that we're comparing ourselves to, and I do feel like that's fading away a little bit and that people are showing the more real side. So I keep mentioning that throughout this video, but do show the real you. And finally, never forget to thank the people that have got you to where you are today, whether that is maybe family, but I'm not more talking about clients and customers. Showing your gratitude for these people. You would not be where you are without them. You need, the most of us anyway, are service based or product based or whatever it may be. We need to sell our things. So without those customers, we wouldn't be able to do what we do today. So show them how grateful you are. And this isn't necessarily a scheme to try and get more money out of it or anything. That's just to genuinely give a little bit of something back. And again, bringing in that genuine side, showing people that the money that they spent on you was worth it in the end because you were a good person. And I think this may be controversial, but I think that can be hard to find sometimes in these industries. There's a lot of scheming, a lot of ripping people off, a lot of taking advantage of people, and it makes a really bad name for a lot of people. This isn't just in the social media industry, this is in every industry ever. I say a lot, it's not a lot, it's just too many. But yeah, just say thank you, and I would personally like to say thank you to you as well. This YouTube is crazy to me. I always talk about it in the best possible way. I'm guessing by the time this is out I'll be at about 700 subscribers, very nearly there, and I haven't posted in a month and it's grown by like 100 in that time. And I appreciate to a lot of people watching this that is not a big number to many people, but it means a lot to me. And when people say imagine 700 people stood in a room with you, you'd be, overwhelming. But I've had a lot of my best experiences in my job through YouTube, which is why I tell people to go for it. You can't be worrying about what other people are thinking, you can't be worried about numbers and everything. You just got to go for it, because sometimes you can get amazing things out of it. And I have another really exciting thing coming up quite soon. It's another kind of like sponsored thing, but I really mean it. I've turned down sponsored things in the past despite only being a small page, because I wouldn't do something that I'm A, not interested in, and B, don't actually believe in or agree with or think is good. So I know people always say this, but you can trust me. I'm not going to promote something that is stupid or doesn't work. So yeah, that's another exciting thing which I never would have thought would have happened. And it's interesting because if you'd asked me 5 years ago, I would have wanted to be doing sponsored things with beauty things and fashion things and all that kind of stuff, but that's just not realistic for me. I am actually a social media manager in the fashion industry at the moment, which is what I've always wanted and is just so exciting to me. But yeah, in terms of, I don't think this is ever going to be a beauty channel like I would have wanted it to be when I was younger. Instead, these kind of sponsorships are valuable in different ways, and valuable in ways that will help you profit from them as well. So that'll be coming up soon, as well as the vlogs, so I'm going to keep going with this, and yeah. But thank you so much for everything, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.